I ain't the one to be slept on. Brother working up a trap phone. Let's go. I'ma bring them racks home. I got something you can latch on. I love your ass. You like to get nasty, huh? You like to get nasty, huh? Yeah, what's happening? You like to get nasty, huh? You like to get nasty, huh? Let's go. Huh? What we tell him?
Oh, she thinking she nasty. Shaking her head to her fast me. Shake it real so don't ask me. Too many shots in her backseat. Girl, you look like a baddie. Baby girl, you got the fatty. Beef in the back, how you calling me daddy. God, do your dance now. One around town, I'm the man now. Let him reach my chin, that's a man down. We just thinking she put on my pants now. Look, I get a whole lot of money. Gotta get up and get it. I got a 40 on me, that shit kicking. She throw the pussy on me, then I'm hand. Then I'm hand.
Like to get nasty, huh? Like to get nasty, huh? Talk to him. You like to get nasty, huh? You like to get nasty, huh? Yeah, one time for the pretty ones. Them boys gotta give me one. Bad boy like Diddy, son. Huh? My fragrance Louis V. I don't who they can't see. Talk shit like NLE. Let's go. Ain't got time to beef about no free. You can have.
You got some teammates.
Heard I got 'em mad, make 'em mad. Ballet P, pull up in that ghost. Oh, he Casper. Kept my faith. Get what? I turned to a rich little bastard. Oh, let's race. Get what? Them little horses make it faster. Let me taste. Ooh, that little pussy got some standards. Pretty face. Ooh, gotta get that shit on camera. Yeah. You like to get nasty, huh? You like to get nasty, huh? Let's see. You like to get nasty, huh? You like to get nasty, huh? Look, one time for the pretty ones. Them boys gotta give me one. Bad boy like Diddy, son. My fragrance Louis V. I'm who they can't see. Chop shit like NLE. Let's go. Rare sound.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective, peace to all the magicians out there. That's gonna be my new shit. Shout out to all the magicians, all the magi, all the high priestess, all the people who practice rituals, spells, witchcraft, things of that nature. People who working with the energy, not afraid, cause what they said, if you scared, you need to take your ass to church. This is where the big boys is playing at. This is where the big girls got on their big girl pennies. You understand? So today we talking about the new moon in Taurus. New moon in Taurus. Really exciting video that I want to share with y'all. But before we get to the content, Spirit have been on my ass because I usually just like start these videos and just get into the content because I just want people to like, you know, enjoy the content. But at the end of the day, I'm an adult. I'm a businessman. I sell shit. So y'all gonna have to hear about the shit that I sell and hear the shit that I promote. So we're talking about the new moon in Taurus, and if you do not want to hear me talk at all, you just want to get straight to the meat and gristle, click the link in my description where it says article, read that, and that'll save you about an hour and a half, 2 hours, or however long this video is going to be. This video is brought to y'all by White Rabbit Psychedelics. And I'm here to inform y'all on 3 great new products that White Rabbit Psychedelics have in store. You know, here at White Rabbit Psychedelics, we will stop at nothing to provide you with natural ways to heal and aid the body, mind, and spirit. Today we are proud to announce Stamit Stacks microdose capsules, and you must say that 5 times fast to understand how difficult it is to say. We also have Euphoria Nootropic microdose capsules, and finally, last but not least, we got the Temptation promoted Cloud9 Nootropic microdose capsules. Now, if you've been under a rock for these past 20 years, you're like, what are nootropics? Well, nootropics, 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 or on the streets, they call them smart drugs, have been around for a long time because simply they're just herbs or chemicals that the body naturally produces. Well, in our Western diet, we do not get the proper herbs and chemicals that our body needs for it to be our best self. This is why we've created at White Rabbit Psychedelics some natural food supplements to aid you in body, mind, and spirit connection. Now, when do you take these? When you eat. Because if you don't take them when you eat, you're going to feel a little weird because it's nutrient. So if you eat in a sandwich, take a nootropic with the sandwich, you will get the minerals, the herbs, and the chemicals that your body needs for you to be your best self. And that's what it's really about. I personally take the nootropics every day. Regardless of if I ever sell this, coming up with this idea, I'm gonna explain what these things are in a second, but coming up with this idea, I've always been interested in nootropics and bought nootropics. I spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on pills to help me think better, because what I'm realizing, because I'm like a nerd, I'm like a Steve Urkel type of person, but now I'm realizing that maybe I'm kind of autistic a little bit. I'm not ashamed to say that, right? However, there needs to be something for me to kind of like normalize how I think and how I process the world. And so it's not like I'm doing nothing crazy. We just adding a little green tea, a little 5-HTP to psilocybin and creating super drugs. So for me, now I'm not going to work out before I need to take my Euphoria. I used to have this large regimen of pills, an assortment of different pills I would take before I went to work out. Now I boil it down. Like I don't even take a microdose capsule no more. I take Euphoria. I take me my testosterone booster, some maca root, some ashwagandha, and I got a full workout. You feel me? Pussy poppers for sure. You feel me? 2 pussy poppers for sure before I go to work out. Like that's that ginkgo biloba. You understand? So I'm only talking about natural herbs that you do not get in your Western diet, family. And honestly, man, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I've never been better because I've been healing. Like I said, bro, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was on the National Academic League from 9th grade to 12th grade. Y'all see the glasses, y'all see the spectacles. I give Steve Urkel, y'all. Okay? I give it, right? It's giving Urkel. Slightly autistic, meaning that I'm not really social, family. I'm not really boisterous. I get real anxious and self-conscious when I'm around people because I'm not good at that. But now, you know what I'm saying? I've actually mended that gap, you know, because as a man, as a person that's supposed to provide and take care of his family, I can't be afraid of the world. I got to kind of embrace and engage the world. And if y'all been following me, and maybe y'all been following me, but y'all don't know, psilocybin has helped me deal with the world. I was afraid of the world since like COVID happened, and I'm still a little family. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still a little about the world, but I'm better. I'm so much better than I was. And psilocybin for me is facing my fears. having the conversations that I need to have with my wife. Yes, we gonna be together forever, but it's some shit that we need to talk about. One's in the chat if you in a relationship or you imagine yourself to be in a relationship that after, 7 years, I done grew, she done grew. It's time to have real conversations. For me, without psilocybin, I don't know. Maybe I was just afraid to have these conversations. I just wasn't aware, family. I just wasn't aware like I was supposed to be aware. And so, nootropics are great within themselves, or so I think. I feel and I personally understand. I was sleeping, woke up, and it hit me. And this is what I've just really been on for like the past month and a half. Like, I kind of been like, I'll be telling y'all I'll be doing stuff. I'll be doing stuff. I'll be doing stuff. This is what I've been doing, formulating and cultivating this idea. And this is my baby. I know people might not understand it at first. So this is something that I'm going to probably be talking about for a while. Because the reality is, me talking about it right now on this YouTube channel, me talking about this on this video, right? I'm talking about it. It does not fucking matter. Why? Because you haven't took a pill. You haven't understood the power of green tea, ashwagandha, psilocybin at a microdose level. We're not talking about macro large doses. We talking about medicines with food. So if y'all ever got the itis after you had a good meal and you never thought twice about it, you done ate Thanksgiving plates of all types of MSG and you said, let me get another plate. But when it comes to 100 milligrams of psilocybin, that pump fear in your chest, y'all need to make that make sense to me. Because y'all eat gyros, steak and cheese, and don't bat an eye. Chicken wings, chicken tenders, Snickers, gummy bears, chili, all types of shit. Don't bat an eye, don't think twice. But when we introduce green tea extract, when we introduce ashwagandha, when we introduce 100 milligrams of psilocybin to take to improve your workout or to improve your workday, now you're a little scared and a little weary. I don't know what you're talking about, hood. I'm a little confused on what you're talking about. Okay, I'll give you that. Maybe I'm not coming across clear, and me, I'm a player from the Himalayas. Right, I done dealt with a lot of women, and I tell women, I'm going up to the elevator. I'm taking the 11th floor. Somehow she heard me say that I'm going across the street to the store. And it's like, no, I said, and that's how it is a lot of times with me. I'm thinking I'm clear, but people got me always fucked up. So with that being said, this is where these nootropic supplements come in. They're really a lifesaver for me. I'm really excited and happy to just have a product that really services my need. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took 2 of the Cloud9s before I went to bed. I said, I will not be ever doing that again, okay, family? I will not take 2 Cloud9s before I go to bed. I'll take 1 and I'll sleep peacefully, okay? What does 5-HTP do? Google it. Now combine it with psilocybin, y'all. Well, this is what I'm talking about. Nowhere is you getting the power. You understand? People can talk. Yeah, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. But is you combining it with some grade A psilocybin, premium psilocybin? No, I ain't doing that. I'm taking the base level. Well, it sounds like a struggle to me. I'll pass on the struggle medicine. I'll pass on the I just spent my money and I don't know what I just bought medicine. I want results, okay? So you can get nootropics at any health food store, any nutrition store. However, you can't just go into the store and say, let me get some psilocybin, right? Who got the microdose capsules? This is where whiterabbitpsych.com comes in. If you need something to stay focused, creative, energized throughout your day, this is what you need. You need some Euphoria nootropic microdose capsules. Link is in the description. If you need something to relax, sleep, or just simply regulate your mood, then you need Cloud9 nootropic microdose capsules. Link is in the description. If you just need to heal from trauma, you got mental illness issues, you got mild autism, adult autism, which, you know, if you anything like me, black men who not popular, who don't got a lot of hoes, right? The ones who get overlooked by the entire society, right? The forgotten ones, right? You might need a Stem Stack microdose capsule, okay? Because being a popular dude might not be the wave, right? And maybe you just need to heal. If you just want to simply improve your cognition, uh, do some research on lion's mane, niacin, psilocybin, Paul Stamets. You know, Paul's interesting story about Paul Stamets, right? He from Ohio. I'm from Ohio, right? He got a son named Azor, right? I got a son named Azor. He a famous mycologist, you know, and I'm the fucking hood mystic. One's in the chat, right? And I'm doing a deal, right? And if this deal don't work, email me, say I tried to do the coupon code hood. It did not work. I'll update that motherfucker right on the spot for you. For you, I'll do that. Use coupon code New Tropics. That's NOOTROPICS, and you'll save $10 on every 30-day supply of nootropics that you buy. So if you buy 10, you saving $10 on every single one, right? And this is a deal. This is a steal. WhiteRabbitPsych.com. We doing it all for y'all. I appreciate y'all being patient with me as I you know, do what I'm supposed to do, right? I can't be sitting here stressing about money, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't be sitting here stressing about money and I got shit to sell. And I'm just giving out the content and niggas like, I love the content, hood. I love the content. I like, share, subscribe to your channel. I love it. And I'm just acting like, you know, if I'm acting like it's a new moon, so I'm not taking initiation. One's in the chat. You need to take initiation. Don't be worried about some shit that you got to sell if you ain't promoting that shit. Hey, if people stop liking me because I promote my shit, guess what? Guess what? That wasn't gonna affect me no way. So and it didn't kill y'all to listen to that either. So let's talk about what we came here to talk about. Thank y'all for tuning in. I think my channel is back from the flaggings. My channel was flagged for the past 6 months, so I couldn't do chapters. So I'll try to chapter this bitch out. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. You know, I'm world's most wanted, America's most wanted, YouTube's most wanted. Today we talking about the new moon, time to set an intention. And it's a powerful build, it's a powerful energy, because I've been going through it. You know, I've been going through this waning moon process where I've been releasing, and you know, crescent moon, quarter moons. I've been feeling every single aspect of the moon, man. It's crazy out here in these streets. If it's crazy out here in these streets, the coupon code is New Tropics. NOOTROPICS. So new NOO and then Tropics. Make sure you got an S at the end. All right, you get $10 off on each 30-day supply. Thank y'all for thinking about y'all healing, right? And man, I promise y'all, if it wasn't some shit that I was using every day, you know, I lost weight a long time ago when I got out of jail in 2006, but I was drinking green tea every day, right? I was drinking green tea every single day. I bought the Lipton green tea, and boy, that was really, I haven't actually been doing that, but I've been really thinking like, man, I need some green tea in my diet, and for whatever reason, I just can't keep up with the green tea, like the actual tea. But I got that green tea extract, you know, that concentrate, and man, I feel great. And, you know, I love being in the gym with the energy, right? Fuck being in the gym, struggle lifting, right? I'm past that point. Like, I'm in the gym for about 2 good hours of like full energy, feeling good. And about 3 weeks ago, that wasn't the case. It was hell up in that bitch. But Thank y'all for supporting in advance. Much love to y'all. And yeah, so what we're talking about is a new moon. And this is like a reset. It's a couple of different energies that have shown up. Like before I put this thing together, Jagannath, and Ganesha came up as one entity, right? The one entity. They was one energy. Let me see if I can get that picture. And they got a clear message, man. I ain't never heard this message before, but I've been fucking with it, and I'm gonna share this with y'all. This is the theme this is the theme, y'all. This is the goddamn theme. And the theme is simply this: anger removes obstacles. So if you got obstacles in your life, you too nice about that shit. You too kind and gentle and sweet about the things that's blocking your reality. Imagine a wall, standing in front of a wall, and you trying to get past that wall, and you smiling about that shit. Do that make sense? Yes or no? Do that make sense? When you stand at an obstacle, when a motherfucker asks you how you doing, you be like, I'm doing good. Like, do you got obstacles in your life? Absolutely, I got obstacles. How you feel about them? I'm feeling good. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Can y'all engage with me tonight? Can y'all engage with me? Can y'all put some yes or no's in the chat? Does that make sense? Does it make sense to be happy that you got obstacles in your life? Yes or no? No wrong answer, no trick question. I just want to know if I'm crazy. Cause Ganesh and Jagannath got a message this evening. A resounding message. And I'm like, okay, I can definitely smoke a bag of that. Well, it didn't make sense to me. And it did make sense. Like, it made sense for my whole life, though. For 38 years, it made sense to be happy about my obstacles, right? Be happy that I wasn't in alignment. Be happy that things weren't going my way. And that just didn't seem, over these past couple of days, I've been angry, but a good angry. An angry that's in alignment with Ganesha. Ganesha represents new beginnings, right? Right? Ganesha represents new beginning, and Jagannath represents, that's where we get the word juggernaut. All right. So we just literally bulldozing over our obstacles. Is that a happy energy? Hey, y'all, we about to just, bulldoze over our obstacles today. Yeah. Yeah. How are you feeling today? I'm feeling good. That don't even make sense. We just say that shit. I just be saying that shit. Cause I've been programmed, y'all. Being a little bit vulnerable here. And maybe this is just me. But I've been programmed to be happy. I've been programmed to smile at my obstacles, to smile at my walls. I mean, I've had girls with no walls, and I've been told to be happy about it, but I wasn't happy about it. At that point, now if that was the case, then I would be happy if she did have walls. See, you got to deal with the nuances and loopholes, because this is how people go to jail. You understand? They don't be understanding the ins and outs, the legalese. So, Juggernaut, Ganesha, remover of obstacles, simple method. And it's like, they like black people. We telling you this hood. And it's simple. It's 3 words. Anger removes obstacles. Not fear, black people. not disgust, not remorse, not regret. Understand, but anger. Anger. We can get into that maybe in another video. So, preparing for this new moon, that was the energy. And so, shout out to the spirit doula, shout out to the SDA, shout out to the whole sphere over there, right? We did a class and we got some new visuals that I wanted to share with y'all, and just wanted to highlight the energy that we talking about, because we are all cosmic beings, and sometimes we can deal with astrology and we'll get fixated on the stars the same way as we go to the club and we fixated on the club. Oh, this club's so nice, right? But you are actually in the club with a dress on, right? Shaking your ass to back that ass up. So at a certain point, you make the club nice. So when we study astrology, it's confusing as fuck until you start to understand the many different aspects of you. So today, we're going to be talking about the throat, the neck, communication, and purpose, right? Because Taurus deals with the throat and the neck, right? Hopefully y'all can see that. And then I want to show y'all some other things. Yes. Y'all can't see it here, so let's show it to you here. Let's show it to you here. We're learning today, so hopefully y'all got y'all thinking caps on. So we're starting the house system in the new moon, right? So the new moon is in the first house, Taurus is in the first house, but we're talking about something that's going to be happening in exactitude with the new moon, right? It gives it an extra spice. So it's like the seasonings for a gumbo, right? If you have a gumbo and you like, I'm about to cook this gumbo, but I'm not going to put no seasoning in it, it's going to be some people that's going to have some problems. Ones in the chat, it's going to be like, it's going to be hard for me to wrap my mind around that. The same way as if you talk about this new moon and you don't talk about Mars opposed Pluto, which is exact to the new moon, like it's at 0. The new moon is at 0. So the new moon is the gumbo, the idea of the gumbo. But if you don't factor in the seasoning, Mars opposed Pluto, then how is you going to actually, I mean, you can actually eat it because you can put the corn, and I'm imagining people do, and it might be good to some people, right? A gumbo with no roux, no Old Bay, just pure corn, potatoes, sausage, seafood, and water. Authentic seafood boil, right? That's just talking about this new moon. Now, when we start to incorporate this Mars opposed Pluto energy, it becomes an essential conversation. So, one's in the chat if that made sense. We're talking analogies, and then we're going to make it make sense to us, because this is what's important. Us. It's been a weird day today. It's been a weird ass day. Weird ass day. But this day has been a day built upon understanding. And part of this understanding is what I want to convey to us. And I want to give us some encouragement and inspiration. People like, I'm straight on that. I ain't about to be eating no damn I'm not about to be eating no damn seafood boil with no seasoning. So the seasoning to this chart is going to be Mars opposed Pluto at exactitude of the new moon, right? But before we get into that, let's talk about the Sabian symbol. The Sabian symbol, in reference to Taurus being the neck, the numerology of this new moon is the number 4. Each degree has a particular concept attached to it, and we study those concepts to get a deeper understanding of what the fuck we're even talking about. So I'm gonna be talking about a lot of stuff in reference to the new moon simply to gain an understanding, because for me personally, if I don't have these particular things, then it's just the new moon in Taurus. And then I'm gonna just have to make shit up. And I don't want to just make shit up on this channel. I could just make shit up, y'all. But I want to use things that have already. Astrology is a library of information. And if we patient, we can understand a lot, right? And we could develop a lot. So I'm just boiling it down, acting like I ain't never knew shit. And if and this is how I wrote the article. This is how I just formulate my ideas, and I understand certain basic things, right? If we're talking about Taurus, we're talking about the throat, the neck, and the voice, which is very important, because if you don't use it, if you don't use your voice, family, that's no bueno, no bueno, right? If you Taurus energy and you're not utilizing it, your voice, closed mouth do not get fed. And a lot of y'all, Gen Zs and millennials, don't say shit and complain in your head and your heart why things ain't going your way. Taurus in the 4th degree says the promise of abundance, the fruits that come from bridging between the earth plane and the cosmic realm. So once again, we can let our mind go far into the distance of what that could possibly mean, or we could be true metaphysicians, true occultists, and say the earth is the physical body or the lower body or the sexual energy, to whereas it takes literally no thought to have sex. Any animal can have sex. So we're talking about the earth plane, the body, the lower body, okay? And then the cosmic realms. This is thought. This is the brain. This is critical thinking. This is abstract thinking. This is art. This is development of those particular faculties. Now, the earth plane and the cosmic realm, in the cosmic realms, the bridge to that is the throat, is the voice. Because if you've been thinking on love and God, and you've been acting on love and God, then your expression is love and God, goddess, however you explain it. But if you thinking on bullshit and microwavable randomness, and you acting on bullshit, microwavable randomness, guess what you come across as? That. And you are a grown adult. Grown adults do not live life based upon hard work and muscle. Grown adults live life based upon imagination and thought. Imagination and thought. Imagination is so powerful as an adult, as a grown-up. Whereas your children might be in the areas or energies of imagination and it's cute to you, and you're an adult and you're like working hard and you're telling your kid, one day that imagination ain't going to be useful to you, little bully, Billy, and you're going to have to work at the factory like your daddy one day, right? Instead of saying, let's cultivate this imagination. Let's build upon this imagination so when you're 18, you can make your money as an artist, as a musician, as a painter, as a sculpturist, because you've been cultivating your imagination since you were 12. I've grown up an artistic little boy. Okay? Full of imagination. But everybody told me, you better find a job. And that's what I did. But it killed me. And the reality is, every dollar that I've made over the past 6 or 7 years has been a result of my imagination, my creativity. And this is something that I could have been doing my whole life, family. We all are adults and we all have the ability to reflect, to meditate, to be imaginative, to be at zero energy, to imagine things, to implement the things that we imagine and see what the fuck happens. This is what we call scientific and magicians, experiments, things of that nature. This enjoyment of, well, hold on, let's read. In learning how to conduct ourselves appropriately, we are creating a bridge between heaven and earth, communing with cosmic forces to achieve worldly abundance. Once again, we're not talking about supercalifragilisticexpialidocious type of energy. Communing with the cosmic forces is communing with the consciousness within your mind. And within tapping into that sublime truth within yourself is going to bring you worldly abundance. How can it not? We're talking about Taurus energy, possessions, money, finances. And it's late and it's Wednesday. So, ones in the chat, if y'all understand what we're talking about so far, if it's starting to make sense to you, let me know. This enjoyment of wealth comes only from an ability to have fair commerce with others. Sometimes our ideas are not good enough. Sometimes our ideas are not direct enough. A person came to me, told me that they had a product, and it was a great product, and the name of the product was Shimmy Shimmy Shimako Shimiso. And I didn't understand what it was saying, or the name just threw me off. So I said, why don't you name it what it is and see what happened? He said, no, I can't do that because the name is very special to me. The name is very special to me. I can't do that. I can't do that. The name is very special to me. Okay. Well, you cannot be abstract in the marketplace if you don't have a footing. If you selling booty juice, you need to be the booty juice company. So when you show up in the marketplace and a person is looking for booty juice, your name show up. If you call it Charmaine's Magical Mystery of Life because you think it's cute, you are not being clear to customers and you're not being fair to your customers. You're being unfair. You want to be put on a pedestal. Well, you say, well, Nike, we don't know what a Nike is, but Nike is $1 billion company. So let's not compare yourself to Nike. Let's not compare yourself. We talking about companies that are brand new, that have no market share whatsoever, and they want to get some skin in the game. Your only shot is to be direct. That's your only shot. And you're gonna have, and when I did YouTube videos back in the day, and I wanted to do thumbnails, and I would just try to be the most artistic with my lettering and my wording, but in reality, people could not read the shit. It's unfair to their eyes and to their understanding. So creativity will always do you a disservice if you're not clear. It's a very fucking thin line. And this is another reference to the throat. What do we know about the body? The body is wide, but the throat, it begins to narrow itself out. So all the bullshit that's happening in the lower self, only some of it can even make it. And even more so, the energy or the centrifugal force is coming down the throat. So very only like the air, right, can come up the throat unless you like throwing up, but that's rare. So when you talk about a upward motion, it's super thin. So that means only the best shit that you're doing in your lower self is even going to make it to the top. So be clear. Why waste your time being abstract, not sending a clear message? You're talking about enjoying things. I I know it's hard to wrap your mind around, but it make your life so much easier when you just get to the motherfucking point. Why am I here? Oh, you sell booty juice. Cool. I was looking for this shit. I was trying to get my salad tossed tonight. Here he go again. One's in the chat. This enjoyment of wealth comes only from an ability to have fair commerce with others. Your ideas gotta slap. Your ideas gotta be lit. And guess what? If you don't get to the point where you do not connect with others from your imagination, you just haven't went deep enough. You're too shallow in your meditation. You don't really give a fuck about it that much. And you think that it's going to be so complex and so diverse of the messaging when it's very simple. I provide a boutique for women who wear a size 14 and up because they are underserved in the boutique market. Every time I go to the boutique to get some outfits for my big girl, I can't find nothing. So I created a boutique called Big Girls Plus. It's clear. Ain't that a clear messaging? Ain't you understanding what's happening and why and who's going there and why a skinny girl would just be like, okay, I'm going to tell my auntie about your store. The shit that I hate, I'm going to start a boutique. Who you going to sell to? Everybody. Why? What is that? Who is everybody? Explain everybody to me as a concept. How does everybody show up? Explain that. Who you want to be in a relationship with? It don't matter. How does it don't matter show up? Like, what does that look like? What is the explain it don't matter to me, right? So when we're talking about intentions and we're talking about Taurus and we're talking about our throats and we're talking about being intentional, right? It's levels to the shit. Let's just say that it's levels to the shit, right? Because sometimes we want bullshit, but the deeper we get into, oh, okay, these are my gifts, or this idea is a good idea. Let me just verbalize it clearly, right? The tongue is a sword. The tongue is a sword. It'll cut through a lot of bullshit, right? You could do a lot with that mouthpiece. To inspire trust and deal with the trustworthy is implied, yet so too is the remembering in all world interactions of our spiritual heritage. Let's read that again because I went to public school and I don't be understanding shit all the way. To inspire trust and deal with the trustworthy is implied, yet so too is the remembering in all world interactions of our spiritual heritage. Let's start. This enjoyment of wealth comes only from an ability to have fair commerce with others, but to inspire trust and deal with the trustworthy is implied, yet so too is the remembering in all world interactions of our spiritual heritage. So a lot of times people get in the spiritual community and they really confused on how things are going to work and how hard they got to work and all of the effort that they must do, and it's all ego shit a lot of times when you trying to do the spiritual work, and the ego just fucks it all up. It completely fucks it all up, right? So what we're going to get into, what we're going to try to elucidate and explain is just more of a simple understanding of how to be intentional, how to invoke, and how to just move in reference to what has already been laid out for you, in reference to your spiritual heritage. Everything that's great for you is implied, but it is our false programming which gives us our doubt, which gives us our loneliness, which gives us our iniquity, which gives us our inability to self diagnose. And if we can't diagnose, then we can't heal. In the most simplest way, in the most clearest way I can say this in reference to mental illness, the problem with that is that if you suffer from it, the mind is so powerful that the mind is not going to actually say, hey, I'm struggling with mental illness unless it hit rock bottom, unless these things can't act like if it's like a real thing. So usually if you're on the spectrum and you like have some form of mental illness, the problem is you're not getting the healing for it. So because we're not getting the healing for mental illness, this means that our understanding in reference to spirituality is really skewed. So what that then says is that it doesn't work. So you'll lose faith. And why wouldn't you lose faith if in your mind you are defeated already? Because you didn't get the help. Because you didn't heal that part. You didn't heal the trauma. You didn't get to a point where you understood these things, and these things become real soft and sore spots. So we move into these energies in a state of fear, in a state of worry, in a state of panic. Shout out to Brother Panic. No pun intended. So, like I said, when I'm studying astrology, I'm not just pulling shit out of my ass and acting like I'm intuitive or spiritual or gifted. This has been a system that I've worked in and really kind of fleshed out and really got into a science of it. And really is just laying out the tarot cards and putting them over the 36 deacons and then just really doing some divination with the tarot on top of the astrology. Because astrology is based in Kabbalah. The tarot is based in Kabbalah, and they all correspond to one another. So as much as we would like to think that the astrology is about the stars in the sky, what we're really talking about is ancient codes and keys to unlock our higher self. And if we can correspond the as above with the so below, then we will understand the proper alignment. So the unlocked door that I've seen was, before you move, what is your energy? Like before you set an intention, what is your primary energy? Because it's so easy to say, I want this so bad. I want it so bad, and I'm going to get it so bad, and ain't nobody going to stop me from getting what I want. But have you did any healing? Have you did any repairing? Have you did any examination, any analyzation, anything? The mind has tricked you into thinking that if it get this next thing, everything gonna be all right. And then you exacerbated it by calling it spiritual manifestation. All ego, all bullshit, all of this shit keeping you off the path. Because what you want so bad is to program your life based upon your DNA coding. But because you went to school, because you went to work, and you love that job so much, and you went to college and you love that college so much, that you've been following that blueprint. And that blueprint is like putting a CD-ROM into a PlayStation. And then like, why can't I play the game? One's in the chat, if you ever put a CD-ROM game in the PlayStation, can you play the game? Will the game function properly? Whenever you following somebody else's blueprint, You're not going to, you're going to be depressed. You're going to be anxious. You're going to be self-aware. You're going to feel like this ain't right because guess what, nigga? It ain't right. You're going down the wrong path. And the hard part, the hardest part in the world is following your own fucking blueprint. That means the girl that you was making happy or trying to make happy, or the boss that you was trying to make happy, have nothing to do with what your soul wants you to do. And when you make that commitment to yourself, everybody else is, they gotta do the same shit that you're doing. And it get a little complicated, it get a little hard. So how do you move? Do you move out of faith or do you move out of fear? The new moon is in the first decan of Taurus. I don't know why I keep saying Taurus. What the fuck is a Taurus? But anyways, the first decan of Taurus card is the 5 of Dis. The name of that card is worry. Worry is in reference to sheep and a wolf. The reason that a shepherd keep a wolf is because the sheep is worried, and the wolf keep the sheep in line. Worry is equivocated to fear, but the etymology of worry is strangulation. Strangulation deals with the throat. Taurus deals with the throat. But we're also talking about our possessions. So Bobby McFerrin said back in the day, don't worry, be happy. Niggas did not take that message to heart. Niggas said, I'ma worry and be sad. So when you worry, just imagine yourself to be strangulated, because that's what the wolf would do. If the wolf had to attack, it would attack the sheep in the neck. And that scared the sheep. So the sheep did whatever the wolf and the shepherd wanted them to do because of fear. The only problem with this story is that your ass is not a sheep. You a full-grown adult with a voice that can move mountains. But you quiet, kind, and nice, and sweet. So, first decan, new moon. You got worries and fears, but you also strangling yourself. So the unlocked, what these keys and codes have unlocked to me, is basically saying, before you start saying what your intention is, you got to make sure that you're not strangling yourself. You got to make sure that you're not worried about the future, because in worry, that is not in reference to your consciousness. That's not in reference to your divinity. But like I said, that is the gumbo. That's the ingredients. The seasoning to this pot is the Mars energy in the first decan of Cancer. First decan of Cancer is the 2 of Cups. The title of that card is love. Love. Okay? Love is the antithesis or the arch enemy to what? Worry. So now you got to make a decision. You got some seasoning to put in this pot. Because at first you like, damn, I'm about to cook some gumbo. I don't got no seasonings. Quite naturally, you would be afraid, because ain't nobody going to like your damn gumbo. But for some reason, Mars is in Cancer in the first decan. Talking about love, talking about the active principle for which we should go into this energy is that which of love. So we got to understand our worry. acknowledge our worry. But we also have to recognize that that's not the only energy. There's Mars and Cancer. So if we're aware of Mars and Cancer, we're going to say, okay, what does this say? This says love. Act out of love. Cool. It's opposed Pluto. What does that mean? Pluto is the planet of transformation. So basically it's saying when you act out of love, it's not just a simple, I'm acting out of love for no reason. I'm acting out of love to transform and to change my life. Because Pluto is in Capricorn in the Earth sign, culminating with the Sun in Taurus, Earth sign, your reality changing. But we tend to look at our physical reality as that which is changed, but that is the thing that is already complete. True reality is built. And Generation Z and millennials don't understand that. It's like millennials would rap about shooting niggas and imagine this stuff. Generation Z upped the ante and started being that thing that we used to listen to, and we had some form of distinction. We understand that this is art and this is life. Well, Gen Z, they think that it is what it is. So their ability to build is difficult. So if you are Generation Z or borderline millennial, you literally have to get on top of your own ass and not give up on yourself, because you really got to figure out how to build some shit. And as easy as you want it to be and as simple as you want it to be, it ain't. And it can't be. We need to understand this and learn this. We need to utilize patience and working with earth energies. And even like, what is it? Patience. What you talking about? If I'm utilizing my throat chakra, if I'm utilizing my Taurus energy, and I say it one time and it don't manifest, does that mean that that doesn't work? Or does that mean I lack patience in my consistency with the utilization of my voice to promote my products? Like I've put out, there's no reason why I shouldn't promote my products in every video. Everybody else does that. But I want to be the person that wants to be the nigga that complains about not having the finances that I need. This is who I want to be. Because I don't want to utilize my throat chakra. And I'm being vulnerable and real with y'all, so y'all can then begin to do the work of saying, what have you not been capitalizing on by just simply not verbalizing it? Because if we say John chapter 1, verse 1, in the beginning the word was God, that applies to me and you. That don't go beyond you. But if the word is God and we worrying all the fucking time, the word is still God. It's still going to manifest. So this is the warning. This is the message. This is the understanding. This is the open door. Are you moving in faith or are you moving in fear? Because these two energies represent the same intention. It represents the same beginning point. We all, when you play a basketball game, the score is 0-0. This is what this new moon represents. And as much as we want to complicate this shit, this will be the hardest thing for you to figure out. Are you moving in fear or are you moving in faith? Fear represents, and this is internal understanding. This is in the heavenly realms. This is in the cosmic realms, in your heart and mind space. This is what you reflect on. If you reflected on fear, calamity, sudden danger, peril, sudden attack. And these things feel like wisdom to a person who struggles with mental illness. It seems perfectly wise to avoid situations because you don't want anything bad to happen. But that is also making fear-based decisions, and that's also in reference to mental illness. When you see people diving off of shit and living an adventurous life, that's because they don't base their decisions off of fear. Because the reality of death is that it was going to come to you regardless. The reality of injury, it was going to come to you regardless. The reality of unfaithful events, they were going to come to you regardless. But your fear just stagnated you and isolated you. All of that other shit and fear, two separate things. Consciously, we say, I want to make a lot of money, or I want to be in a relationship. But then we don't verbalize it. And there's many different ways we can verbalize it. Because sometimes with Taurus, if y'all ever know any Tauruses, whatever they verbalizing to you, 9 times out of 10 is not true. One's in the chat. How many of y'all are close to Tauruses? What do we know about the people that we know that are Tauruses that are close to us? They some lying ass motherfuckers. I'm not about to listen to no Taurus. Like, I'm talking about intimate level. You might know a Taurus professionally, like, no, he cool. I like him. But I'm talking about his sister, brother, the nigga that they fucking, or the girl that they fucking. That's when they start verbalizing some bullshit. So Tauruses don't always speak with their throat. They speak with their body. They speak with their character. They speak with their values. Right? I ain't about to listen to no Taurus speak for real. Not if we in a relationship. Nah, you can have that. Taurus is a lie to you in a way. Taurus is to take your whole reality away. Taurus is lie at a level, man. Woo! Woo! I'm gonna need to go through these signs, man. I've been reflecting on these signs at some point. I need to talk about these fire signs, man. These fire signs need to go to hell, right? Right? Am I lying? These fire signs need to go to hell. Not like in a derogatory way, but fire, hell. Get it? Fire, hell. It's a play on words. I'm poetic. I'm poetic with this shit. So fear as a consciousness modality is always going to keep you stagnated, isolated. And the issue with fear is that it feels very wise and mature. Fear feels right. Right? Fear feels great. However, it's not. So faith. What is faith? Faithfulness to a trust or promise, loyalty to a person, honesty, truthfulness. I will at some point. But there is in reference to your intention, when you boiling down your intention, and I want you to get into the pits of your soul and everything inside of you to move out of faith. And I know that these times and these energies is not giving you what you need at this particular point. Right? We're elaborating. We're talking about the throat chakra, and we're talking about the narrow path and how the truth is very difficult because the truth must be attained eternally. You can't go to school for the truth. You can't buy the truth. You got to sit. Everything that I am have been me sitting in basements and sitting alone and really getting to myself in the quietness and many different wormholes and rabbit holes and pussy holes that I've been through to get to this point. And no pun intended. So I really want to really hammer home this point. Setting an intention and full of faith is much different between living a life in fear and wishing for things to always just be better. So you setting intentions for things to be better. But yet and still, the fear and the worry and the doubt is the predominant consciousness modality. And to really shift it to faith, to really shift it to love is a work, is a chore. So we're going to talk about how to access these things in these next couple of slides. But I want to just kind of do a little quick video that I put together on like invoking energy. And I want to kind of elaborate on it. So here goes the video. A master magician. This is what you'll be after you watch this short video. Think of your mind as a computer and your thoughts as programs on the computer. Now, up until this point, the program on your computer has gotten you the result that you experience so far. But what if you change programs? The human mind does not compare to the divine mind. So when you upload your divine consciousness, your subconscious mind just simply follows the program you've already set for it. This is why people like Michael Jordan, Steve Jobs, Prince cannot teach other people to be them, because it's up to you to program your own subconscious and you'll be a master magician. So first steps, first things first, understanding how to utilize and work with the energy in reference to your intention, in reference to the things that you want. They are apparent, they're in front of you. But how are you going about it? Are you going about it directly? Are you going about it ferociously? Are you putting thought energy to it, working hard for it? Or are you going through the process of delayed gratification? Or are you trying to do it instant gratification? And when you set an intentions and you have an instant gratification mindset, it's just the wrong game. You playing the wrong game. And it's like, it's never no seed that you're going to put in the ground and it's going to be a tree tomorrow. But if you patient enough, it will be a tree. And spirituality is just that. If you take a commitment into it, first take a commitment to it and then begin to study and then begin to understand it. And if you ever get to a point of understanding and gnosis, break it down, destroy it, because it don't really matter. It's like building sandcastles, being an expert sandcastle builder. If you build your greatest sandcastle that you ever built, you're not going to say, well, let me take this home with me. You're just going to walk away from it. Like, we are doing this as a sport. We're doing this out of love. Not because we want it so bad, because it takes you out of the spirit. And it's a lot of fear tied up into what you want. So we're talking about intentions. We're talking about like mastering our intentions, but it's kind of like a sweet spot. If you don't get into this sweet spot of like recognizing that I want this shit too bad, then it's like ego. So it's like spiritual people can get real confused real quick by just simply trying to manipulate and trying to distort to get to receive. And it's like, once again, we're going to the root of the Sabian symbol, going within yourself, seeing what it is that you need to do, doing that at a high level, being clear, being direct, being concise, and also programming your subconscious mind. Very important because the previous or current program is a fucked up program. And to change the program is going to take a minute. And if you're fixated on things happening fast, then you're missing out on a lot of shit. And it's a lot of people that come and go because they wanted something quick. And if y'all ever notice, if people come and go, guess who don't come and go? Me. I'm still here. And it's not like I'm talking about the same shit, but I feel as though my understanding of something that I thought I understood, but I'm getting to understand it at a deeper level. And that brings purpose to my life. It helps me. Now, if you want shit the easy way, I really don't know much about it, man. I really don't know much about it, but 2 weeks. 2 weeks though. 2 weeks is all I'm asking for. 2 weeks of love. 2 weeks of focus. And then what happened? No emotions, no hopes, no wishes, but 2 weeks of mastering your vibration, 2 weeks of mastering your frequency, keeping your energy at a certain type level based upon your intention. Because you have faith. Faith without works is dead. But faith and work is the bridge to your intention. Faith is a result of love in the people around you, the love that you have for yourself. And this generation, in the millennials that border this generation, Generation Z, y'all really have doom and gloom in your energy space. And as much shit as y'all be talking, y'all really need to just kind of shut the fuck up if your energy space is doom and gloom. If you think everything is going to work out bad, get the fuck off social media and dating apps dealing with people. Because your energy is that everything going to work out bad. Even the relationship, even the dude who think that he love you and want to marry you. But you are moving out of worry and fear. But you want to be in a relationship, so you dating, but you dating filled with worry and fear. Now, hopefully you can utilize this waning moon for what it's worth. May 19th is when we have a new moon. Purge yourself of the doubt and fear physically, emotionally, mentally, and program over these next 2 weeks with faith, but not faith in an emotional, mental space, but faith as an action, because fear has an action and faith has an action. If I say I want a girl, I can say I want a girl, but be in fear rejection, and that has an action. There's men that want a relationship, but don't take the initiative to say, hi, my name is Terrence. Nice to meet you. Because he fears rejection. But then there's a man who has faith that he is going to find his wife, and the action behind that faith is, hi, my name is Terrence. Hi, my name is Terrence. Hi, my name is Terrence. I will align with my faith over the next 2 weeks. Just give me 2 weeks. Give yourself 2 weeks of faith-based actions. Acknowledging your fear. Acknowledging your worry. But understanding that if I acknowledge this fear, it's not wise to bow down to this fear. And we're not talking about walking down a dark alley at 4 o'clock in the morning with 4 dudes walking and saying, Hood said, face my fears. We're not talking about this. We're talking about things that you do that's going to create the best version of yourself, but then you stagnate or don't move towards that. Whatever you have the reason for it, boil it down to fear, because faith will have you move towards it with a veracity, with assuredness, with an integrity that even if it didn't turn out the way that you want it to turn out, you moving out of faith. So you accept it and you move on. Your fear is say you should never talk to another girl because what if she rejects you? Faith is say if she reject me, who gives a fuck? I'ma still shoot my shot. And the person that shoots his shot, this is scientifically proven. If you ever knew a Haitian, one's in the chat if y'all know Haitians. One's in the chat if y'all know Haitians. If you ever went out with some Haitians that been on the prowl. The science is give every girl your phone number. At the end of the club day, you can choose which girl you can take. You got a whole list girls that you want to kick it with for the rest of the night. If you never give a girl your phone number, you hoping that she going to see you and go, oh, you would never get no ass. But if you gave every girl in that club your phone number, they seeing you give other girls your number. Around 2 o'clock, I don't know when the club let out in your area. Whenever the club let out, you're gonna have 4 to 10 girls hitting your line, texting you like what you doing later. Where are you on your way to? Now, Faith is saying, I want some ass tonight, and this is what you're gonna do. Fear is say, I want some ass tonight, and let me just sit in the crib and think about the ass that I could have got. Right? Let me just go ahead and watch this porno. That's what fear looks like. So don't tell me what you want. Don't tell yourself what you want. Don't tell your partner what you want. You should be able to show it. You should be able to express it. Faith, action, and work. Faith, Mars, and Cancer. Right? Action. Acting out of love. Now, what are the things that you can cut away to assist in realizing your intention rather? This is the angry part. This is the Ganesha Jagannath energy. Anger removes obstacles. This is the critique of Nakshatra. All about cutting away those things that are removing. And you don't cut things away by being nice, unfortunately. You cut things away by being angry. But you, as a man, you gotta be angry. Don't let nobody take your anger away. Talking about, oh, you're just supposed to be nice. You're supposed to be kind. Those type of men don't get no ass. The angry nigga, the angry dude on the block, he got a girl. The nice dude on the block, he lonely. Okay? These are things that we just need to understand. Anger is going to get you what you need. Being a nice, sweet person in front of your obstacles, it don't even make sense. Hi, would you mind moving out my way a little bit, please? Thank you. So, putting it all together, I have faith. I'm willing to remove the obstacles. And finally, I'm able to be patient and allow these things to unfold. I'm able to be patient and allow these things to unfold. This is very powerful. Most of us don't know this. I didn't know this. Fear attracts and anger removes. When you are the scared nigga on the block, you getting your ass beat every day. When you are the angry person on the block, you got the respect. Ladies, don't let society trick you out of what's yours by being nice all the fucking time, by being a sweet person. At what point is the divine feminine always happy? I'll wait. Is y'all happy all the time? One's in the chat. If you're a divine feminine, you get angry sometimes. But then society tell you, oh, you gotta be nice. You gotta be nice means stupid. Let's remember that. Fear is going to bring everything that you don't want. Anger is going to remove all of the energy. This is magical codes and keys. It's not to say we're going to be angry all of 2023, but we're going to understand some energy, and we're going to notice that we're going to be experimental when it comes to anger, especially if we seek and respect, especially if we tired of motherfuckers walking all over us. If you tired of people walking all over you, you too nice. Don't let people walk over you. Stop letting shit slide. During this transit, in reference to your intention, in reference to the work that you've been putting in for things to work out, none of this is saying be nice and kind and let people ruin and destroy your intentions. That don't even make sense. When you say I want this and you say I'm willing to work for this, but you also saying, well, when my husband come, I gotta shut everything down. Or when my wife come, I had to, yeah, my wife came, and so yeah, that business proposition that we was working on, I had to shut it down. That's no bueno for nobody. That's no bueno for nobody. So a lot of this is common sense, but sense ain't common. And a lot of it requires patience for it to fully develop. And so with that just one thing, patience in reference to tree growing could be the make or break between nothing and something. And as spiritual beings, when we are able to reflect on our soul, we are able to create something from nothing. And me, this is just something that I've been doing my whole life, really. It's something that I've really been doing as of late. Just creative, man. Being creative and not being goofy with it, being serious about it. And so hopefully this video was helping you get your intentions and your mind right for this new moon energy. Hopefully you learned some things, and you got some things that you could begin to integrate. And when you get angry, you're able to reflect. When you're choosing your words, you're very thoughtful on the things that you say, because you can build a nation with your voice, or you could tear down a nation with your voice. It's just really up to you. Also, are you fixated with worry and doubt and bills and struggle? Or are you fixated with faith that everything is going to work out? And not only as an idea or as a construct, but as a complete way of being, like embodying faith. What does that look like over the next 2 weeks? Right? What does that look like over the next 2 weeks of you embodying the faith of your intention? Is that inspiring thought? Ones in the chat. Let me know. Put some ones in the chat. I'm going to show y'all my Instagram. I want to know if that's an inspiring thought to y'all. over these next 2 weeks, I'm gonna embody the faith of my intention. I'm not gonna let the worry of my finances overtake my mind, right? I'm gonna take the faith of my creativity and the trust between the contract of my ancestors and my spirit and the creator, that if I act in accordance, that things will work out in my favor. And I have examples of this, right? I have plenty of examples of this in the past, of this working. And it's just, it's a daunting task to create something from nothing, right? And it's a little doubt associated with it. But as magicians, as scientists, we have to do the work. So hopefully this provides you some encouragement, and we could encourage each other, be each other's support as we, embody in the faith of our soul. We wouldn't imagine that to be easy, right? To upload a completely different new software and acknowledge that the software that we've been running has been complete and total bullshit, right? And utilizing this new moon to upload the spiritual software of our soul, and then to run that program and to function in the fullness of that program over the next 2 weeks. Examine those results, and we'll be here 2 weeks from now talking about these things. This video has been brought to you by Euphoria Nootropic Microdose Capsules, Cloud9 Nootropic Microdose Capsules, Stammet Stack Microdose Capsules. The links to these products will be in the description. Also, this video is brought to you by the White Rabbit Substack on Substack. If you want to get a copy of this article, and might join the Substack, we got some exciting articles down the way. So be on the lookout for that. Shout out to the people that support the channel, keep me going. I really do this work for us. Just showing up, let you know that because it ain't easy, but being consistent is my superpower. And that's what I flex. So see y'all in the next video. Hopefully y'all are in the spirit of setting those intentions and acting those intentions out. And I really care about you and your spiritual development. This is why I'm belaboring the point. But even with all of that being said, it requires you to do the work. It requires you to put in the effort. So hit me up on Instagram at The Hood Mystic. DM me, send me some nudes, things of that nature. Peace.